Hey guys, what is up? Roshi is here. You knew it was only about time I came back to this deck, but we are rocking Archmagister's Portal again. This deck's really fun. We're playing this in Expedition. It's if you haven't played any Expedition recently, there's a lot of turn to seed flying around. And you know what? One of the good ways to dodge turn to seed and, dodge cards like Rain of Frogs, well, we're only playing one of each minion. So that lets us troll our opponents quite nicely who are trying to, get away with the free value from turn to seed because we don't really have any doubles. So one of the problems of doing a deck tech of a video like this is we're playing so many different freaking cards because of, I will show you, Archmagister's Portal. When you play a unit that doesn't share a name with any of your other units, or any of the other units in your hand, deck, or void, it gets +2/+2. And then, yeah, so that's why we're playing all of these one-ofs. The only minion that won't trigger this card is Wasteland Broker, but this card's really strong for us, so we're playing two. You could cut one and then it would, be a 6/6 if you ever had this. But we really want this effect, so that's why I'm running two. If you want, cut it and run something else. That's probably fine too. But I didn't do that. One of the fun things about an Archmagister's Portal deck is you can really tune this to be whatever the hell you want it to be because, well, you only get to play one of each minion. So I was quite lazy with this. This is mono time. It was consistent. I had a really hot streak with it. It was a lot of fun. But you could play any other combination of colors as long as your time, even all of them if you're feeling a little spicy, and this deck would still work. So just pick your poison and rock it, but this was my poison for this video. Grodo'v's Burden, this is just another good utility card. Since we're playing a mono-color list, all of our cards are mono-colored except for Veteran Mercenary and Wasteland Broker and Prism Golem. And everything else will basically have Exalted, and that's a good way to close out a game. Since we're main decking it, we don't really have to worry about, our opponent removing it because we've got 3 more coming up that'll, you'll have 2 others you can draw into if they blow up one of your first ones. And having the repeated card draw is super nice. Oftentimes I'd have games come down to me slamming this on turn 5 and the game was over at that point, but it just took a while to get to that. But anyway, let's just hop into some of these cards. I think it makes more sense to start out in the market and with like some of the spells. So we're running 4 Calibrate. This helps us hit power, hit our Archmagister's Portal, and hit Grodo'v's Burden. Hitting Archmagister's Portal on 3 is pretty important, and any hand with Calibrate and 3 power in it might be a good keep just because of how strong Portal is if it comes down early. Pause for Reflection. This can defend our portals. You can use it to slow your opponents down. If they're playing like some hyper aggro deck or something, and just 1 power, bounce something. This card honestly has a ton of utility. I blew out like a fine player because they were attacking with a whole bunch of lifelink player guys, trying to get way out of range. And I just bounced their lifelink guy and just killed them the next turn. So I believe it's Spirit Weaver. But this card has a lot of utility and no one really expects it. Being 1 power is huge. You can bounce your own guys and then give them a buff again too, which, if you're dodging a removal spell with this, bouncing your guy and then he comes back down and gets buffed again, or even for the first time, that's definitely getting more value out of this card that's usually just a 0 for 1. You can also use it to just save your portal, and that's quite good. Time Etchings, this is our market card of choice. Early on, you can just grab a sigil with it. Since we're playing 2 brokers and 4 of these, you're going to hit your market again eventually, so feel free to just use it for power early on, make sure you have a good curve out, and then later on use it to pull some of our really good market cards out. Might as well hop into the market. I don't want to hop into the singletons yet, but let's look at the market. Swirl the Sands, a lot of flying going around. We have some flyers, but due to the nature of this deck, you don't always draw them, so having constant access to Relic, Curse, and Flying Hate in the market is great. There's certain decks where if you broker a Swirl the Sands, you probably just win. And that's pretty good. Turn back time, just we have so much different stuff going on. Being able to just reuse some of it is quite nice. Oftentimes you'll have the answer, but maybe you had to play it earlier than you wanted to. So this lets you bring it back for a round 2. If you use this on a minion, then you'll be able to buff it again, which can be quite huge. Lumen Defender, just the stereotypical big wall for aggro. Being a 1/5 is huge, having Deadly is great, and gaining the 5 life will go a long way towards helping you stabilize. If you're able to broker this against aggro and like not die, as long as you can stop them from flying over your board, you're probably going to win that game. Nahid's Distillation, just wanted access to some card draw. There's a chance this should be in the main deck, but sometimes it's super dirtily and like slow, and you don't always have time to spend 5 power when we'd rather just be like slamming minions on the board and growing them out of hand. So that's why it's in the market. You can also broker this and just chain them, and that's pretty ridiculous. But we like to have access to it, but not necessarily in the main deck. Soul's Rest, another great card for broker. You can also just grab it in a pinch and pop the board back to your hand. And when you do this, all your minions go back into your hand, and then they come back down and they get buffed again. So might see a bit of a trend going here, but anything that bounces is just doubly good in our deck than it usually would be in other decks. Let's just take a look at some of the options here. In general, we're looking for minions that give us like power consistency or card draw, or just like solid removal guys. So Apprentice Mage, gain 1 power, just solid, it's fine. Desert Alchemist, card's already great. I don't really need to talk about it, but Deadly and Ambush is strong, Plunder's great. Friendly Wisp, we've got some 5 power boys, and we have ways to make them, so drawing 2 is great. Inner Peace Ascendant, we've got quite a few relics that we want to keep around, and having access to double dip into them is great. Also, this having flying means that we can spread flying around with our Grodo'v's Burden, which goes a long way towards stopping decks from flying over us. Magnificent Stranger, when one or more strangers attack, reduce the top card of your deck by 2. We have a little bit of a stranger sub-theme here. If your opponent's ever playing strangers, sometimes having your own can be quite good. And this card's just pretty solid. Being a 2/3 is pretty good too. So happy with this guy. Talir's Favored, just get a power. Pretty straightforward. We're mono time. We run this guy. Temple Scribe just replaces itself. Honestly, kind of nice in a deck like this where we're just playing so many different cards. Being able to just, have a few that dig through and get to some of the better stuff is pretty good. And being a 2-power 3/3 or 5/5 sometimes that gains a life and draws a card is pretty good as well. And we're also just fine if it comes down and chump blocks and replaces itself. Amber Acolyte, this just grabs Time Sigil. We like all of our power, and we like to draw it, and this lets you have some pretty crazy Grodo'v's Burdens hands later on, and since we can't just like play sets of minions, like Talir's Favored, like we might otherwise, Amber Acolyte will have to do. Dawnwalker is one of the huge reasons to play this deck, and since we're mono time, it's super consistent to have his ability online. You're basically always going to have it by the time he's dying and like you're playing 5-drops. And he gets out of hand real fast. One of the most important things about Dawnwalker is he has Overwhelm. Since we are playing a Grodo'v's Burden deck, passing Overwhelm around is huge. If you're able to give a minion Overwhelm and Killer and Deadly, you will probably just win the game from that point. Because one of the tricks you'll see me doing is I'll give something Killer, and then somehow I'll end up, passing it over to a Dawnwalker, which I'll suicide into something else. Then I'll pass that over to a Deadly minion, and then if our opponent has a lot of their own Deadly minions or big stuff, I'll just start suiciding my guys into theirs, and it's going to deal 1 point of damage to their minion, enough to kill it, and the rest is just going to go straight to their face. And from there, you can just chain around until you run out of stuff for to kill or they're dead. Sometimes it doesn't always work out so perfectly, but if you're ever able to pull it off, it's nasty. Pesky Seedling just gives Killer. One thing to note is the Corrupted Shade will actually get buffed by Archmagister's Portal. So any corrupted unit is doubly good in our deck, and this guy is no exception. Also, Killer for Grodo'v's Burden is good. Prism Golem, we're playing a mono-colored list, so we get to just play a 3-power 5/5, because balance. Rectifier, Silence is good, Corrupted is good, this guy's good. Reliquary Raider, not always great, usually it just dies to Seer, but if you're ever able to make it a 3/5 against aggro, they're not gonna like you. Not much else to say to that, and yeah, it's pretty solid. And if you do have a portal down, this card all of a sudden passes the Jack test, which is a very important test to pass. Scorpion Wasp. Passing around flying in deadly is huge with Grodo'v's Burden, plus being able to have another main deck way to deal with flyers is solid. Seasoned Spelunker. We often will have a relic in play. I have yet to ultimate this guy, but just being a 3-power 5/5, just like Prism Golem, is great, except this one is actually able to pass stats around with Grodo'v's Burden, which is cool. Unraveling Fanatic. There's a chance this card shouldn't be in the deck, but it's super fun, and if you ever flip it, it's great. So, I don't know, I had fun with it, and more often than not, I was quite happy with this card. We don't really have a ton of ways to draw cards other than Grodo'v's Burden, so we'll take what we can get. And yeah, he's just cool. It's just this is like, you know, when you're playing a deck like this, you have room for some fun cards. This is probably a fun card slot, so if there's another card you think is more fun, maybe run that instead. Back to the top, Worldly Cleric. Later on, this gains you a crap load of life, and you can actually pause for Reflection this guy, which, by the way, I didn't mention it before. Pause for Reflection gains you 3 life. So if you ever, like, you know, just need a body early on, you play this, you gain some life, and then maybe you're blocking, like, 1/1s with it, then later on, you can pause this guy, put him back in your hand, play him again, and buff him, and just gain a crap load of life. This goes a long way towards getting you out of range of some of those decks that like to just win with Channel the Tempest, and I don't even remember the name, but there's the Shadow card that has Lifelink and Decay that can just randomly deal 12 points of damage to you. So this helps against those decks. Blur Haze Worm, we've got tons of ways to activate this, Pause for Reflection being the easiest one, but there's actually a few others. And Drawing 2 is great, Imbue's fine. Sometimes you don't even want to imbue it. He also can just catch a buff and draw 2, which is usually fine. Sandstorm Titan. This is Sandstorm Titan. Like, you just play this card in your time deck and you'll probably win. But, passing Endurance around can be important with Grodo'v's Burden, and stopping flyers from just murdering you is great as well. Timekeeper. Turns out we're playing mono time, and this guy gets out of hand real fast. Try and dodge Silence, or play him after you've played your portal, and he'll survive the silence. And you'll be sitting pretty with this just massive person. At worst, he'll be a 4-power 4/4, but most likely he'll be like a 4-power 9/9. So he's cool. Upsad, another reason to be mono time. He's really good. She's really good. Just play her and profit. If you ever curve into her, even though it's hard since we're only playing one, it's gonna be good. So yeah, we're just playing Upsad. Veteran Mercenary, we're playing a mono-colored list, so we're just kind of just an auto-include. Doesn't get passed around with Exalted, but getting random faction cards is cool. I already talked about Broker. Broker's really good. Brawn, just a big boy. And I've never once had it matter that your cards can't be stolen, but maybe it could matter eventually. But just being a 6/7 that ramps you is probably enough. And if it doesn't die, you get to make an 8/8. Unfortunately, the 8/8 doesn't get to carry Exalted, but it's an 8/8. So yeah, we take those. Gentle Grazer, this guy got nerfed. He's still really good here. Another way to trigger Blur Haze Worm. And we've got a lot of really solid 2-drops and 1-drops that we'd love to draw. So Grazer's good. Also, this is Corrupted, so that makes it even better. Grodo'v Stranger, just a really solid card. Shuffles your deck, draws you cards, ramps you. It's everything we want, and we're playing it. Predatory Carnosaur. This card is nutty. If you're playing, by the time you've played this, you've probably got a Portal or 2 in play, or even a Grodo'v's Burden. And this guy's going to be a 7/8, or a 9, 9-10, and come down and just wreak havoc on the board and start spreading that killer around like it's COVID. It's great. Tuvon, this guy's good. We just need more cards that draw us cards. He fits the bill. He also will just randomly kill stuff with that big-ass club of his. And yeah, if you untap with him, you'll draw a few cards, and spreading Overwhelm around with Grodo'v's Burden is good. Bodhi and Rocks. Since we're playing so much ramp, oftentimes we'll get to a point where we've just dumped our whole hand into play, and just having a random dude we can rip from our deck that is absolutely massive can be what it takes to win a game. Kalir, I am playing this as a fun card. I don't really think she's that good, but if she ever doesn't die, you're gonna be in a really good spot. Plus, Overwhelm is solid. It's definitely another fun card, but you know, we got room for that. And that's the deck. I could talk about the power. Just we're playing symbols and waystones. We're playing vows for the thinning. By the time you've played all your time etchings and Talir's favorites and Amber Acolytes and vows, we're gonna sincerely hope that you're not drawing sigils anymore. Grodo'v Stranger even helps you pull some of your sigils out. So one of the things you'll notice with this deck is, since we're playing so much thinning, when it gets to the mid game and the late game, maybe we'll draw less power than our opponents thanks to some of our deck decisions. And that gives you some consistency. It doesn't always seem clear, but when you watch these games, just kind of notice how I don't get power flooded as often as the late game as my opponents might. Like, I might be drawing more relevant cards, and that's simply just because I do a lot of thinning. So, you know, keep that in mind. It's not all just luck. I mean, there's definitely luck involved, but if you see all the thinning and the efforts we go to not draw power, it goes a long way. But anyway, guys, enjoy the games. I had a lot of fun playing this. There is 100% chance you're going to see me ripping out Elysian versions of this, and Combrai, and Xenon. Maybe I'll do one of each just for fun. But this deck's super fun to play. I love dunking on turn to seed. Anything I can do to help call that off the ladder for y'all, or yins guys, is, you know, I'll take that task. I'll carry that burden into the ladder and be the champion of the people to fight off the turn to seed decks. We have portal, but we're missing power. Feel better. We have to go for this. That's probably bad here. Just get some card draw.
I fought for them all.
Not getting upset this turn. Probably should exhaust this one. Definitely not a mirror match, though. Try and make upset not happen. I mean, it's probably gonna happen, but we can try.
I guide through the shadows.
For their Grodo'v stranger, we're gonna pop off here. Display our timekeeper.
Our magic is unbroken.
Oh, nice.
Tick tock.
Just attack there. Now, even if he gives this guy a charge, our boy is big. He's the big boy.
We struggle and
Here we go. That's fine. Take that. Now I get to kill his sight.
we struggle and grow.
Probably should just attack first. See what they want to do.
Our magic is unbroken.
I guess a lot of magic's gonna be unbroken. Oh no. Oh no.
Stand back.
Oh no. Yeah, we shuffle that in. Let's do that. Oh wow. So, who's freaking ready?
All of this has happened before.
There it is. I'm having a lot of fun.
Rejoice! The shadow embraces us.
Attention!
Oh boy.
Choose a path.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is one of those rare hands where we've got early double portal. This is gonna be insane. Oh. But that's fine. We're about to go off. Just play this guy first. Just casually play our 9-10 with a killer. I wonder what he grabbed with Broker. That's the real question. If it wasn't that... he's gonna have to hope it was that, he's gonna have to hope he has that freaking new relic transform card. Or he's gonna be in trouble. Urgent missive? What are we playing against? Yeah, we can kill this guy because we pause. And we can just put him back in our hand and kill whatever we want.
Soul's Blight will return.
I wonder... we can play around as Primordial by doing that now. But let's do this first. I don't really mind losing my pauses. And, as long as we have one to kill his Primordial, I'm okay with it. Plus, that'll give us much cleaner draws. Yeah, we just won. I kind of figured that would happen. Not quite doing it for me with that hand. This is a little better. Got upset. Probably be able to play that on turn 5. I hope that's pleasing to you. Ball. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options usually at any given time, and just because people are finding things in the meta doesn't mean everything's been found. Plus, half the time I'm net decking my own decks. Like, Archmagister's Portal, if you go on my YouTube, I've played this deck in both Throne and Expedition before, in different variations, like, nothing new. We're not attacking into Defiance. We want to play this. Yeah, I'm on team no friends. I don't have any friends.
And I bite back.
I'm on team my viewers. We're gonna pause for reflection as guy, and it's gonna be funny. I don't really see the point. I might join one if an event comes up and I'm in it, but right now it's just not doing it for me. Thanks for the follow, Spitfire. Are you a Team Fortress 2 player? Nope. Chuck Testa. I like Team Fortress 2. Ah, we got outplayed. Bubble shield. That's annoying. Oh, the battery deck's real fun.
I adapt.
What team is that? You have to excuse my ignorance. I've only been streaming this game regularly for a year and a half. I've played it for a lot longer than that, but I've never been in the competitive scene. But I've been playing this game for like 2 or 3 years, but all of the events happen so early in the morning that I just don't show up. Team Warsong Gulch.
I'll track it down.
Yeah, I mean, if you toss a Discord link, I'll come hang out. I won't promise to like do more than that, but come check you guys out. Just pause this guy. Just DM it to me. I'll look at it later. What are we doing here? Guess we attack.
Choose a path.
Let's do Soul's Rest. I have a feeling we're gonna get ahead on board. Just win with that.
Hit me and I bite back.
Hopefully, we'll hold this back so they can't just lethal us out of the air. I'd love to draw Grodo'v's Burden here. What does this do? Nothing's in our... Oh, we can grab pause for reflection. I don't know if that does anything. Let's... Oh, they're bigger than us now. That's annoying.
Time heals all.
And now we wait. Hopefully we can have a little bit of time before he finds a way to give flying. Now we can start to do stuff. We can blow all the ages off these guys. Bounce everything back to our hand. Huh. If we lose one guy a turn, we can force through a lot of damage. Just see what they do.
You chose these fates.
How long is this? This till end of turn? This turn. Cool. Yeah, we just fight. This should be good for us.
All of this has happened before.
As reasons. That will become apparent shortly. Do we want to put anything on top this turn? Yeah. Grab turn back time. Well, if we play this, our guy's bigger. We'll do turn back time next turn. Not in a rush. Oh, maybe I am, but the next Soul's Rest bounces his board, so that's kind of why I was thinking not to do that. We'll chump. Now that Aegis is gone, hopefully we can swirl the sand safely if he goes for flying. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and Lumen. And do we even view our worm? Nah. We'll broker, and now we'll go for turn back time. And we'll just chill. If he gives this guy flying and like double damage and shit, we just die, but that's the price we pay for being straight G's. Let's continue on the draw cards plan. If I just ace base here, do I care if he makes a 9/9 golem? I really don't. He can make a 9/9 golem. Our guys are bigger. Now that we have Swirlless fans up, I feel a lot better.
You chose these fates.
Let's just try and draw into our Soul's Rest. There it is. Oops. Here we go. Big plays. Let's get spelunkin', chat. Who wants to take another turn? I do.
All of this has happened before.
Wasn't infinite turns, but it was gonna be a what the heck, Gage? Yeah. I'd imagine you're freaking enjoying Eternal right now. Fucking walked into an ECQ with a random deck and dropped the mic on it. Yeah. Probably a good reason to be enjoying a game. If I could give coins to you, I would. Yeah, Theo knows what's up. Go for Veteran Merc here. That way we're still, like, drawing cards. Like, they're gonna spend the next, like, 10 turns killing our shit. Yeah, okay, Gage. Is it not just the winning, but it's also the $1,000 paycheck? Is that what it also is? That's true. Alright, we got Wasp. We'll trade. Gonna quickly be getting out of hand here. That's a shame. We're hoping he would hold down the fort a little longer. Next turn we get to play 2 guys though. And I don't think they'll have removal for both. Etchings is nice here, so we'll go this first. Play him. Get rid of Terrazon. So, against this opponent, we're going Distillation. And, Seasoned Spelunker wins combat. You play a lot of Sealed? I literally haven't touched it in a while, and half the time when I do, it consists on the last day of Sealed, building an aggro deck, like signing up for Sealed, building an aggro deck, and then like playing until I get to like 10 wins, and then I just stop playing. That's my method. But you know what, chat? We struggle and we grow.
Hunt them down.
Oof.
Doom comes.
What does this do if I bounce it? Doesn't troll me, right? Well. Go for a bow here, in case we draw something for a 2-drop. Draw our 3. Oh, we got another pause. That was a bad attack, chat. Very bad attack. Hopefully I didn't just kill us. Yeah, we don't attack there. There's not a world where we attack there. Not a single one. But here we are. Now we can grab Swirl the Sands, and we're kinda back in the game. Well, not back in the game, but doing better than pre-dumb. I will attack here though. We already kind of committed to the racing strategy by me being dumb, so we'll just keep going with it.
My duty is fulfilled.
Swirl's good. I actually really haven't been paying attention to Swirl. I didn't realize it was Relic, Curse, and Unit with Flying. For whatever reason, I thought it was just Curses and Units with Flying. But now that I know it hits Relics too, I like it a lot more.
Embrace the shadow.
Hey! Is that lethal? No, we're 1 off. Wait. So if we do this, they lose? Wait, we gotta go here. So that if they have Devouring Shadow, we don't just die. Well, it's kinda cool that you can yoink a Permafrost with it or something. Not a lot of removal lets you do that.
Embrace the shadow.
We can attack. Let's go for what wins. And then click the button. Maybe I did that out of order, but here we are.
It's written right here.
We just don't want a minus effect. Minus effect and Midnight Hunt kill us here. Or, yeah. Else and we have a good shot. Yeah, that's fine. Now if he plays a second one, it's not... Wait, is it fine? I don't know. Is he attacking here? Yeah. But now Grodo'v's burden is complete with, or Soul's Rest. Oz? Are you kidding me? I mean, this is a triple portal, double portal hand. The only time this is super bad if they're like on the play with aggro. And even then, we still probably do it. And we just want to make sure we curve out here, so we're just going in. Just turn one etchings.
Focus, child.
Oh yeah, triple portal. Not even Boar can stop us. Portal 1. I hope our opponent's playing like 10 turn to seeds and they see us just slamming arc portals. You have no idea how great that would be. Portal 2. Coming in. Yeah, Gage, this deck's fun. They weren't ready for it, but here comes Portal 3. All these are good. Talir's gonna take forever. Let's do... let's just... Yeah. I tapped my guy for nothing, but whatever. Let's just keep our hand. We gotta start playing threats here, though. Ha ha ha. Oh no. This poor, poor man. Oh no. What's worse is if they dupe Diablo Eternal, thank you. What 2 games do you play, by the way? Do you play Eternal and Diablo? But that aside, like, if they go for the turn to seed here and we pause it, how much do you want to bet they just leave the game? I'm just gonna let that happen. We'll grab them back when we need them. We don't need to let them know what we're doing. Lol. See, the funny thing too here, I was lazy. Like, we could easily be playing other Kellers. It's just by the time I was done going through all of the time cards, I didn't feel like looking at another Keller or finishing a mana base. I just like, screw it, we've got enough, send it. Like, we could easily be playing other Kellers right now, and the deck would probably be better. But I'm lazy, and that didn't happen, and here we are. Let's get a little pesky with it. What's up, Jumpy? Oh. That doesn't do anything. Oop. Yeet. Pesky little seedling. Oh boy.
I'll brave the elements.
Helio coming in. But meanwhile, we've got this lethal swing coming in. Aha. Bonk. Bonk. Not even Solar Blast saves them here. Pretty respectable board. No. They played Turn to Seed. The card we came to beat. We were ready, chat. They turned to Seed exactly one of our minions. The only one we got. Just shuffle our deck. I'm not going to look. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Drosla's another Eternal streamer, by the way, so go follow him if you're not following him. We'll keep this. It's pretty bad, though. But we got Stranger.
There's always a bigger gun.
Oh, hopefully our Stranger lives. We need power, just one.
Our magic is unbroken. Glory in combat.
On power. Upset's still good.
Safe travels, friend.
I don't like that they made Upset die to Jack. It's already happened to me a few times. It's very annoying. But Upset's still good. And I think what's more annoying about Upset dying to Jack is it means they have to top deck their Jack. Like, it's not just like... That's just like before where like Upset will still silence all the Jacks out of their hand. But they can just, you know, top deck a freaking Jack.
The calm of
I suppose this will gain us more life later, so we'll play this first and try and trade. Hopefully they don't have Seer. If they have Seer or Jack, we are in trouble.
There's always a bigger gun.
See, the thing about Jack is he's from a quest, right? So they don't want to nerf stuff that are from campaigns. Why? Why hold back there? Must have been a misplay. Misclick or something.
I'll keep
So they really don't like nerfing cards from campaigns. And I think that's why we've seen Jack and Milos running around for as long as they have. And like, They finally made life gain good enough where it just can ignore Milos, and they're like, no, nerf it. That can't be allowed. There can never be a format where Milos doesn't blow out a life gain deck. So people buy it. Probably play Grodo'v Stranger over Tuvon.
Whatever you need. I love my work.
Look at this. They permafrosted our guy and then inject him later. Sad.
We struggle and grow.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, maybe. If they just continue to put pushed cards in... Are we just dead here?
Sorry.
A good thing this guy draws cards too. Wouldn't want our opponents to fall behind while they're playing aggro. GG. Alright, let's, you know, I've graduated from aggro, let's play something else. And you're like, oh, but I need this, you know. That's kind of what I think is going on. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Maybe there's nothing malicious and they're just like, oops, here's a 3-drop that's better than... That's the best removal Fire's gotten ever. This won't be a problem. But... you know, at the end of the day, they're out here to make money. And sometimes the easiest answer and the simplest answer is the correct one. And I think it's pretty clear that, you know... You want to make money, you print sets with good cards, like campaigns with good cards, and then you put up advertising campaigns, get people into the game, and then they're like, oh hey, I need this. And then, you know, you get people to the point where they need cards, and then anyone who wants to play Fire, which is just a huge part of the meta, you know, they're copping out whatever the money is to get those, because they probably don't have the coin. I know I usually buy, like, the premium versions of sets if there's cards I want. So there's people like me, too, who act like Arabian kings. Playing against a Kira deck here.
I like turtles.
Let's bounce. Now we can bounce next turn. But let's just chill. We don't need to hit our power drop this turn. We're gonna try and trade with Kira here. We're gonna hold up pause if they try and do anything. Fetch true too pleasing. There's a lot of people I see on the Facebook that, like, their end goal is to hit, like, silver for the month. Or, like, gold. And I can respect that too. Like, different players want to play the game differently. But as someone who primarily streams, and, like, if you're hanging out in my stream, a lot of my decks are like random brews. And the people that are going to be attracted to that are like meta players, right? Like, it's not going to be random... Like, random people might want to check out my decks, but usually my decks are not budget. Like, so the people hanging out with my chat are the ones I'm interacting with. And that's going to be, like, usually the people trying to, like, win games. Or the people that already have a big collection and they just want to see fun shit. Or they want to live vicariously through my collection. I don't know. Sometimes I'm funny, too, but... I don't know where I'm going with this. That could be true. We'll just try and pause it right here.
Hit me and I bite back.
Calibrate's nice. Ooh! It is really hard for us to whiff a calibrate like that. Are you sure I'm not an ass? Let's do this. And Lumen Defender. Yeah, Eternal's interesting. I'm always just happy when I have people hanging out in my chat. And, you know, it's nice to just talk to people about Eternal. I know for a while I was trying to... I started out the first few months and I tried to become a Escape from Tarkov streamer. That was kind of my main thing for a while. And you know what? It was fun. But the only people that were coming into my chat were people that were annoyed I killed them. That wasn't always a fun dynamic. I have more fun with this. I'm not gonna play Predatory Carnosaur until they're tapped out. We're just gonna sit here. I'd really like to see a Grodo'v's Burden. There's a lot of Eternal streamers that are really into limited. And there's a lot that are into like a mix. But I'm probably one of the few that's like, you'll probably barely ever see me playing limited. I might do the bare minimum to get like access to the tournament, but like that's it. See if they want to play a pump spell. I will totally trade 2 cards to get Cure off the board. Like apparently there's some draft tournament that gives you a chance of getting into Worlds. So like, I will play in that. Like, sure. Please don't play Silverblade on me here. Ugh. Well, guess we're just gonna sit here till they draw flying. Hey, I forgot about this. They are thick as hell. At least it wasn't Silverblade. That would have blown us out even harder.
The night must end.
Play this. But yeah, I'm definitely a constructed streamer primarily. I would like to... I might spend some time once I'm masters in both formats playing, you know, I'll spend some time trying to push top 100 in both, but probably branch out and play some campaigns on my backlog. I've been wanting to play through the Surge 2, and I've been slowly working at it, but definitely a new game for me, so it's kind of neat. If we go all in, like, there's a chance we just die. We can always pause this, play it if needed. Is it sad that we're on a board where like this can go down and I don't feel too bad about it? Oh, that's bad. Now he can just keep pumping. But if he does do that, attacks, we can still just trade with it. I wonder if their plan is to just sit there and keep... Ooh. There's nothing they have that gets around this. They have a bubble shield? Nice, let's go. Now we're freaking gaming. I'm in my gaming chair. Got my gaming glasses on. We're doing some gaming. You can just pause this. Or just like chump block and then pause. I want to make sure I pause up, so I'm not going to play this.
It's written right here.
Wait until we draw power. Should slowly take over the game from here. Once I hit something with flying though, I'll feel a lot better. We can start spreading flying around like it's COVID. Their board's full. I wonder if this means they don't get the guy. Wouldn't that be funny? Like, haha, your board's too big. I'm gonna do this. Just get the Mantle of Justice out of here. Let's play Calibrate first. I wanted a power. Damn it. Just gonna do this, I guess. Get our portals in play. Cool. See what we flip. Survey says. Right on time.
I'll keep you on your feet.
Big heals. Worldly Cleric? If you're playing a mono time deck, you still might pass Worldly Cleric Unlimited. We're playing it in our Throne deck. I almost said Standard. I guess Throne. I'm sorry. What am I even saying? This is Expedition. I'm just gonna end that line of conversation there because I messed it up too bad. Can they just keep doing this? Yeah, you have fun with that. Oh, it had decay. Whatever.
Rejoice! The shadow embraces us.
I fought for them all.
I love this. Wah. Or just sitting here, hanging out, and some maternal. Oh no.
A touch of compassion.
What we were scared of. We're gonna have to start attacking now. Since we can't just ignore them anymore and draw cards. I mean, it could be bad. They hit us for 14 multiple times. Trouble. Because now we have to start attacking. Oof.
Get away.
Pretty big. But, like, doesn't really do anything here. They'd keep having to spend all of their turns pumping into this, though. Oh boy. Yeah. Now our clock is in half. Well, I know we're playing silence. We'll get it. There it is. That should do it.
I like turtles.
Theo coming with a follow. Thank you. Man, I had to work for that. I think I've had hours of conversation with you already.
You will pay for your crimes.
Making me put in that hard time to get that follow there. Is this just lethal? I don't want to risk it. Just make sure we're fine.
All of this has happened before.
Get away.
Time heals all.
I'll keep you on your feet.
We Oi. 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 Oi.
Order must be maintained.
Who's ready for this to flip?
And I bite back.
Bang.
We earn our keep.
I like how this does this draw cards immediately. Wee. Wah. Okay.
You choose this fate.
Fortunately, that still kills my guy. Got him. Good. This is a top tier hand.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best. Now we are chilling. Yeah, we don't attack.
Safe travels, friend.
We don't do that here. And Breaklight looking pretty good. I should craft some of these commons into foils. I'll do that. Since we only need one of each. Yeah, let's get on board.
You cannot put
What have we here?
Yeah, like I was saying before though, like, this is me being lazy and playing mono time. I didn't feel like looking at other colors. We could easily tune this even further.
you on your feet.
What do you guys think about my 3 power 6/6? It's like Prism Golem, but it gains us 6 life.
Stand back.
Hate to see it. Whiff and calibrate like it's my frickin' job. I am more than happy to just cram them for 6 every turn. Oh. Spicy.
The night must end.
Oh boy.
We struggle and grow.
So we can pause our guy back. We need our own Grodo'v burden.
You cannot put out the light.
Just save this for a power.
One shot, one kill.
Let that happen. That is fine.
I'll brave the elements.
That is not as fine. We need Grodo'v's burden like now. Do they get that with anything? No, they're just main decking it. We're main decking 4 though.
One shot, one kill.
Go again. They probably see what we want. There it is. Now it's a game.
Choose a path.
Got our opponents pretty low. Let's attack. I can't do that every turn. So now if they attack with anything, we're giving our guy Deadly and Overwhelm. Should kill them. Or if not, kill them and wipe out their board. If they don't attack, then keep attacking until we can do that.
One shot, one kill.
Cool. Yeah, now we get to do it.
Stand back.
Oh, that doesn't kill our guy. That was a mistake. I didn't count on that. Not another permafrost, please.
Stand back.
Rejoice! The shadow embraces us.
Yeah, if I'd let that guy attack and hopefully give killer to something else, and then let that attack, then we would have been fine. The way I played it this way, we have a chance to lose. Just depending on what they grabbed.
I'll brave the elements.
Don't want to see that, that's for sure. Oh, pause is great here. Hey, we got him. Hey guys, thank you for watching. This video was fun to make. I love this deck. There will be more to come. I have a revenge deck in the works, but after that you're going to see probably more Archmagister's Portal decks. Not going to lie, I had too much fun playing this. They're going to come. If you want to see me play these games live, check out my Twitch down below. More videos to come. And I'm also on Twitter and Instagram if you ever want to see all the bullshit I'm spewing. So come check that out, and thank you for watching.